we're back with another Teach Me Outbound episode. This time we're speaking to Chris. Chris, do you want to do quick intro, who you are, what you're selling, and then we can just get straight into it?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks, Joe. My name's Chris Russell, Senior SDR at Allego. We're a sales enablement platform. So we help sales leaders and sales enablement people kind of ready your sales teams, get all the sales content that you need in the right place, and help use it to engage your buyers.
I love it. And we'll get straight into it. So when I first came across you, it was a post you wrote about video messaging and how it's working for you, how many takes you do, and that you've got a camera roll full of different recordings. So let's jump straight into it. Why do you think video messaging works for you personally?
I mean, I think the most part is that no one else, well, not no one, but very few people are doing it. Right? It's about cutting through the noise and doing something that's a bit original and standing out. And the days of, we're seeing so many like spray and pray emails, mass mail shots, and it's all the same. And even to the extent where, you get kind of people on LinkedIn and influencers saying, oh, here's this template that I used to great success. Then suddenly 500 people are using it and it loses its edge because you need to do something that's a bit different. And video in DMs is currently and will be for the near term future is still that bit different. I know I had there's a post from my sales director Stu Taylor. He said that he can count the number of video messages he's received on a hand, and he had one yesterday and it stood out. It wasn't the right fit, but he's got an inbox full of emails, and that's what everyone's using. They're using emails, and video is a bit more direct.
I agree, and I think even looking at my inbox, I think I've had 2 video messages in the past few months, and they do stand out. And the thing I like about them is there's quite a few different ways to do it. You can have someone just walking along, firing across a quick video message. People have done Loom background showing like our website as an example. So many different ways, and you can really mix it up. And once you get used to it, it's not as time consuming. Obviously, to start with, you can have a few takes, but what is your approach with them? Are you just doing a straight to camera? What are you talking about? Like, what's the general flow that you use for it?
Yeah, so for me, it's just an intro, right? So I use it in line in the DMs. So I'll connect with somebody on LinkedIn, and then when I connect with them, I'll record a quick video. I'll either record it on my phone separately and then send it through, or through the LinkedIn app, you can just hit the video button and record straight through. Similar sort of intro, hi Joe, thanks for connecting. Just wanted to send you a quick video, let you know who I am and why I thought it would make sense for us to have a quick chat. Notice that A, B, and C, we work with X, Y, and Z. Let me know if you think that could be relevant. Speak to you soon. 30 seconds, minute, maybe a minute and a half tops, depending on what you do. And the whole point of it is, right, it's informal, and it's just an intro. There's no big pitch. There's no, we're an award-winning ABC. It's just, I noticed this, I wanted to send a video because I wanted to kind of address you personally. I've noticed this. We help with this. What do you think?
Awesome. It's really simple. And are you finding people are replying to that, or is it more when you're doing outbound further down the line, you're just getting a bit more of a warmer feedback from them? Is it like an immediate success you see from it?
So I follow up with a shout to my coach Neil from my sales coach, who kind of taught me this one particular kind of bump, is that there's a way of kind of doing it. So you send your message, and then you send the video, send a quick message afterwards to alert them to it, and then a kind of a gentle nudge a couple of days later that says, video is not for everyone. Let me know what you think. If there's a better way of doing it, let me know. And that often gets a result. A lot of people respond fairly quickly to the video saying, hi, thanks for sending it. Not relevant, but appreciate the effort. Some people ignore it. Some people aren't so keen. A couple of people have disconnected after sending it. But you can't win them all, right? I wouldn't want to say what the exact kind of numbers are, but it's certainly yields a lot more per video than emails and potentially cold calling, depending on who you're going into.
Nice. Yeah, and like you say, even the ones who are saying thanks, not for me, but that's still useful, right? I mean, that's saving you calling X amount of times, emailing. Like, if you're getting that response straight away and it's an actual valid no, not
Yeah.
for me, then move on, right? And so, zooming back a bit, moving into your approach to prospecting as a whole. Obviously, you've had good success on it. You're last year you're in President's Club, so you obviously know what you're doing when it comes to prospecting. Um, Take 2023 as an example. What channel did you get most direct success from?
I think it was like phone was the most.
Yeah,
It's probably like 40-50% phone, and then a mix of email, LinkedIn, events, and I kind of dabbled a bit in kind of like lumpy mail, snail mail, sort of post and things. Got one, got one meeting with. I won't go into the details of it. Obviously, I think it might still be a live op, but there was a guy in for a German company who posted a picture of him for legitimate reasons eating gummy bears, um, and I couldn't get hold of him. So I found out that you can get customized Haribo tubs in Germany with like a customized label on it. So I put a picture of my face and what I was looking to get for on a customized Haribo label, and then sent it to the office. Um,
that's so good.
I got the meeting. So it was.
That's so nice. Have you is there any more ideas like that you're running with this year, or is that more for one and done? That was a lot of effort for
That
me.
was a no. I mean, there's a few. I mean, I've not got the yield on it yet, but there's a few that I've done. A few kind of like drop a couple of names like Louis Stanford. Sorry, Louis. He does like the mailman, like a lumpy mail shop where you can kind of get loads of different campaigns of like weird and wonderful things to send out to prospects. So there's some good ideas there. I've got a couple of ideas of how to reconnect to people you've either not spoken with before and tried, like the old like I've got a bunch that I need to get sent out actually, like the old yogurt pot phones.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
bought a lot. I've got a bunch of. My partner thought I was weird, and I probably am, buying a box of 100 used yogurt pots on eBay and a big ball of string. Like
Someone says it, right?
making yogurt pot phones and sending them out, saying I didn't get any joy on the real phone, so I thought I'd try this. Um,
I
Sachets of
need to go. That actually ends up going. You're definitely gonna get a few replies from that, I reckon.
yeah, you think so? Yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, I have to do that. Where are we? Yeah, I'll get that done. Get that done for this month or next.
Just an arts and craft day, getting books in. So
That's it.
going back to phone, it's one that we've been. I think everyone I speak to says phone's winning for them. It's no surprise, really, right? But you still have a lot of reps who don't like the phone, don't have success on the phone, scared of the phone, which is cool. Everyone's probably been through that at some stage. Um, what is your approach to cold calling? Like, what is your mindset, and how do you get comfortable with it? If someone was saying to you, cool, that phone's working for you, but it just doesn't work for me. What can I start doing more of to see the
Yeah.
results from that?
So I think there's probably two, maybe three things at play here. The first thing is, so if anyone's listening to this and they're relatively new and not done much on the phones, or they're coming back to it after a while, or they need to pivot to it, is just kind of getting your head around the idea that the getting on the phone is not all about booking that meeting.
Mm.
It's not about the end goal. It's about having a conversation, and it's about trying, seeing if you can have a productive conversation, but ultimately not getting hung up with the kind of the structure of it, and kind of as we love to say in sales, detaching yourself from the outcome. Right, like it doesn't matter what happens on the end of it, because you can go into a call with so much kind of consciously or subconsciously like pressure on you to kind of, I have to get a meeting out of this one, that you end up
Mm.
jeopardizing it, and you end up kind of treading on your own toes. Right, it's the silent rule, isn't it? Silent rule 44. If your foot hurts, you're probably treading on your own toe. So just take a step back and just have a conversation. And to do that, and to the second point, is that you just need to be relaxed and not make too much of a point of it, and that will come. The more conversations you have, and the more push yourself through the awkward part of it. Because I was talking about this with my coach this morning. Actually, I'm not sure where it's from, but there's like the three threes, right? The most important things. You've got the 3 seconds, 30 seconds, and 3 minutes. They're like the kind of the key kind of like milestones of a call. But get through the first 3 seconds, i.e., whatever your opener is, and then you get through the first 30 seconds, which is kind of however you want to kind of give yourself the opener and why you're calling. And that for me has always been my stumbling block. Once I get through that, the next 3 minutes is fine. I can have the conversation and it's all right. But I think often that's where people stumble, is that kind of, well, I'll get too much into it, but it's the whole kind of like transactional analysis stuff. And, we've been conditioned as a child to kind of like, not disturb strangers and kind of all, and we're English, right? Or British for the American guys that are watching. All dreadfully sorry. Would you mind if I took 25 seconds of your time? It's not about it. Just kind of go in there with minimal expectation, I think, and that will naturally progress into something more worthwhile.
I like that. I really like the idea of splitting the call into 3 different sections and using that to identify the weak point. You mentioned your coach and use my sales coach, which we've spoke to a few times on the podcast. Sort of the
Okay.
guys there, and they're awesome. The stuff they're putting out, the advice they're giving salespeople is so useful. How long have you been doing coaching for personally?
So I've been with Allego a year. And we've been doing it since then. They started up about the same time. Um, as I joined the Lego, my sales coach came up. So we've been partnered with them since the beginning. So I've had a coach through them for the last year, um, which makes a huge difference. I've had a few kind of other unofficial sort of coaches slash mentors
Sure.
outside of there that have been really helpful. It's kind of to do a few different kind of areas and different covers. So shouts to Justin Michael on that as well, because he's great. So it's been about a year or so that I've been kind of actively engaged in it.
No, and again, when we speak to them, a lot of what they say is, SDR managers have been given the role of trying to coach a team, manage a team, and do everything, whereas having that actual separate coach where you can have one-to-one sessions or group sessions, it just makes such a difference. Is there anything that you think you've benefited most from having that coaching?
Yeah, I think, in fact, actually, these questions. Somebody asked me that the other day, actually, as well, and I think it's a mixture of having someone to hold you accountable, right? But I also think that the really big thing about having a coach that's external is, or not part of a direct team, is that they've got no skin in the game, right?
Mm,
Their only concern is how can I develop you, which is great. And it's great, and obviously, yes, team leaders, managers, etc., and VPs, there should be that level of internal coaching. Um, and we have that at Lego, and it's great. And I'd encourage every other company to do it as well. But there is something that a third party can bring you because they aren't part of your day to day, and I think that's really important. Is that they are genuinely objective, and I think that's the big thing for me. Is the coach that I work with there and other ones that I've got, they're concerned about me and my performance and my well-being and my mentality, and a byproduct of that is how well we do for the company. But
exactly.
actually, number one is me and my development and my performance.
Awesome. And you mentioned mindset there as well, and that's another thing I want to speak about. You've been again, something that's refreshing about your approach when posting on LinkedIn is you're open about both when you're doing well and when you're not having a good time, which is good because you go on LinkedIn and you assume that everyone is perfect from
Yeah.
what they're posting. But you said, actually, I got President's Club last year and this year. It's been a bit of a shit start, right? And that's cool. Everyone goes through that. What When you've been going through that sort of slower time, what's been your mindset to actually get through it? Because I don't like people saying, how do you stay motivated? Because it's not about being motivated all the time, right? It's about just getting through that spot. So how did you do that? And how do you think
Yeah.
you should do it?
Yeah. I think it's a couple of factors. I always kind of go back to not sure where it stems from, but the phrase "this too shall pass." Like everything's temporary, right? So it's fine. You'll have ups and downs. And I don't know if you've seen it actually. There's a great clip from, I think it's called like the actors table or something, and they have loads of Hollywood actors sat around the table, and there's loads of different people, and they all talk about it. But there's one clip that I've seen with Tom Hanks, And he says, you know, why? I wish I'd known this earlier. And it was the phrase kind of "this too shall pass." But he says, you know, if you're having a bad time, not getting the roles that you need, everything's a bit down. This too shall pass. But also, everything's going your way. Everything you're going really well. You know, things are falling in your lap. This too shall pass, right? And it's that kind of like enjoy it, right? Make the most of it and work towards it, but just have in the back of your mind that you know it won't last forever. And it's about that kind of
Yeah.
it's about that kind of ride. So you just go in there and just like, this is great, enjoy it, but just remember that you know it's a roller coaster, right? It's ups and downs, and it's inevitable. So embrace it. And the second part would just be around you can only control what you do, your outputs. That's it. You've got no control over anything external. What might happen to you, all you can control is how you respond to it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I saw a good post actually earlier around that, and someone was saying, you know, if you are feeling low as an SDR, you just feel like you can't hit your target. It's all around, you know, just really analyzing what is your target, splitting that into activities, and just getting on and doing them activities because you, like you said, you can't control the day to day, right? All you can control is your output. So if you know you're committing to what you need to do to hit them targets, then it will come. It's just a case of getting through it and getting through them days where even when you do put in the work, nothing happens.
Yeah, that's it. And for me, the biggest bit about mindset is something that uh, I follow kind of like a well, not follow, I suppose, the wrong word, but like stoicism for me, like the philosophy of stoicism and stoic. I'm not. It gets a bad rap, but there's one bit about it that I really enjoy, and it's about that kind of. It's the step of like you choose your response, but it's also like you can even react, right? You don't choose your reaction. Reactions are natural. So when you have a shit time as an SDR, or you're in sales, or you lose a deal, or you're not hitting a target, it's natural that you will react in a certain way. That's fine. That's inherent. But what you do choose is how you respond. Like feel it. You know, feel shocked, feel angry, feel upset, feel disappointed, whatever it is. That's fine. You're allowed to feel it, but then choose how you respond to it, and that's the difference.
Yeah, that's really good advice. And I think if you do take that approach, then you'll definitely get through that poor spell. And so, just finishing off, we've been on for a good sort of 15 minutes now, which is awesome. We ask everyone the same question, which is this year, what are you really going big on? And what do you think SDRs should be focusing on, especially this year and this sort of environment, to be hitting their targets?
Know your personas, know your ICPs, know their challenges, and know how you help them, and just and be specific. I think the whole kind of huge lists and spraying and praying is just not going to be one cut it this year. Be more kind of curated. Pick who you're going to talk to and what you're going to talk to them about, and know it inside and out. And that's what's going to set you apart.
Love it. Cheers, Chris. Well, really appreciate you joining, and we'll put all your socials and everything in the episode link as well. So thanks for your time.
Bless you. Cheers, Joe. Nice catching up.